Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Twin Flame Divine Feminine read for you. I'm going to get done for you quickly. It's been a long day for me. I just got finished a long session, so I think I will do Oracle cards at the end, but I don't want to make it too long, okay? Because I need to relax. But I wanted to get this information since I did this already for you guys out there. It is January 13th, 2019. There is another masculine that I put out earlier. If you're interested, you can go look at that. The only Ranger Arcana that came up for you guys was Karma today, which is the Judgment card in the Sirian Starseed deck, which is the main deck for the read. For the feminine, 6 wands, which is very unusual. 6 wands, 2 cups, 1 sword, and 1 pentacle. So a lot of activity for the feminines today. But the sword energy was only 1, so that was good. The court cards that came up were King of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the Page of Cups. So it could very much be, you know, a father and 2 kids, or it could be messages, offers, that kind of thing with the King of Wands. King of Wands was definitely prevalent in the read, though, came up several times. The number codes that came up for you guys today was 910, 910, 44, 954, 67, 2 and 5 and 25, and then 6211. The message was all about adventure and self-discipline for the feminine, okay, like a daily spiritual practice, but also be adventurous. Try not to plan too much. Stay present. Just enjoy your environment, one day at a time. Have fun with your life. But it was about aid and support was coming up, about supporting the Divine Feminine. There's a couple different messages. One message again came up for a mastectomy. So it's to aid someone with a mastectomy, or someone who's looking to get a mastectomy to begin again. So someone in that respect needs aid to begin again after judgment. So someone might be dealing with mastectomy and also in some kind of judgment situation, whether it be some kind of court or divorce situation, or just a judgment in general, or feeling judged because they're getting a mastectomy. There's someone here who needs aid, okay? Also support, someone's supporting the Divine Feminine, or you're supporting someone else with helping them to see negative spirits around them, or maybe people they shouldn't be hanging out with because it's negative energy. But the Hermit, or someone who's spending time alone in a high vibration without karma, it's because they're in full mastery. Okay, so also something after death. So someone might have experienced a death recently, that the feminine helps another feminine, or even the karmic of your Divine Masculine, seek urgent care for possibly the masculine or someone else who's hermiting and needs to master their karma. And definitely that 4 of Cups energy was coming up too, that 44 Atlas energy. So the weight of the world upon your shoulders, okay? It's about not carrying burdens. It's about mastering the energy and staying present in each moment so it doesn't feel like a burden. Just deal with what's right in front of you and see all the beauty in every moment. Don't worry about all the imperfections and the things that don't go quite right. So who cares? Tomorrow you wouldn't have known the difference anyway. Okay, so I'm going to get right into the feminine read. Again, the day was 13, which is the Death card, and it was also the 26, which is the Page of Wands. So that excitable, inspired energy of the teenage boy is the Page of Wands to me. But remember, it's a child, so it's immature energy. It still needs to grow and develop, but is very positive energy used in its positive form. And then we have the 13, which is death, transformation, and transitions. So, you know, and often people get triggered during this time of transition because it's change and people struggle with change. Okay, that's the expansion energy. So we start out with the King of Wands, and there may be more than one King of Wand here, because we're starting out with the King of Wands Shaman, which looks positive, but there's also another King of Wands that looks actually kind of negative, like someone who loses their patience or actually has a really bad temper. So maybe 2 separate people here, okay? So keep that in mind as you listen. So the King of Wands Shaman is moving without option, that the worst is over in a family announcement that's coming soon, or may have already received in the 5D. So if you're in communication with your masculine in the 5D, you may have already received that kind of information, that something finally came through and that they're moving. The Queen of Pentacles, divine feminine, inner child, is just a girl in front of an angel boy asking him to love her after crossing the bridge with explosive news and not being affected by the King of Wands. So again, this is your practice. Are you going to get triggered? Is your karma going to come back and trigger you? Is your masculine going to come back and trigger you? It's about staying patient and calm no matter what. The Queen of Pentacles is out as her adult self as well, admiring what's right in front of her, while the masculine, standing their ground to others' attacks. So if the masculine's feeling overwhelmed because there are a lot of people coming at them with a lot of energy around them, also being described as cute legs through the weeds, as 3 options rise up before him, but only one stands out, but it isn't fully known. The other is a snake trying to get to the mystery one, and another is a mask who could be a liar. Blue skies, while he rushes to finish cleaning up before the shadow arrives. Okay, so that could be, shadow could represent the karmic, negative energy. It could represent your shadow, your twin, so whatever applies to you. So someone's trying to rush and finish cleaning up, and I was getting this as the masculine energy before the shadow arrives, whether it's the karmic returning or it's whether you're getting together with your masculine feminine. So someone might also be arriving, maybe a friend, who's presenting more options. Maybe your kids are bringing home people for you to meet. Will there be a good price? Also, I was getting someone maybe coming by to show you something that you're interested in buying, and maybe they're giving you different options. And will this person align with you, or will they poke at your stuck emotions as the divine masculine? Okay, or you even could be looking at houses or anything. But I was seeing in a particular situation, someone actually coming to the home and showing you different options on something you might want to purchase. There's shocking news, or the kids went skydiving, or fell on a mountain, skateboarding, skiing, or a volcanic, I can't speak, or a volcanic eruption. No matter what the situation, the angel stays calm. One step at a time, balancing with a gentle touch. Literally, the Pied Piper, as little children are just drawn to be near you. Trust is the underlying energy. Okay, it's all about having faith. And then calling in your soulmate was the card beneath that. Sweets and treats, stones and gates and trees, back on the menu. Scrolled ironwork, fences and brick, if you please, down on my knees. And this message is very specific for someone. Okay, it's literally like the masculine talking to you. I mean, it's more masculine in this read than the feminine. But it was, whether it's your karmic or your divine masculine, I'm getting a masculine coming in, talking to a feminine. Put this over a little bit. Okay. So like I said, sweets and tweets, stones, gates, and trees, back on the menu. Scrolled ironwork, fences, and brick, if you please. I'm down on my knees. Some cool water to cool you off when you see yourself in this. I promise to honor and protect you all the days of your life. Your heart inscribed on my soul. Obsessive about little lizard butts, or the little lizards, and your butt. As I'm slow as a turtle when it comes to love, but when it comes to you, I throw the book out on such stuff. Only your butt gets my left leg. If the lizards don't like it, tough. Please don't cut your hair again. That was rough. Another of my obsessions, along with around the fireplace lessons. And then there's a happy ending energy that comes up for the underlying energy as well as self-love. So when the feminine loves herself first, there's always a happy ending. The Knight of Pentacles lost money and status. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Knight, the King. The King of Pentacles, this is still underlying energy. It was 944. So the Hermit and that 44 mastering of Atlas, the way to the world. Okay, so the King of Pentacles may have lost money and status and may even be a little bit jealous. But the King of Wands left behind due to his bad temper or just his lack of patience. He definitely has jealousy issues, insincere, wanting ownership, and ringing a bell to get your attention. So there again, this the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands are coming up together again. Like I'm seeing two, whether they're partners or brothers or friends, coming up all the time. There's a huge competition between them, and this is coming up again because they're coming up in the same pile of cards, right? The King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. But here I'm getting the King of Pentacles reversed, but I'm not getting like this greedy money maniac. I'm saying someone who lost money and is normally a good person, but I was not getting this King of Wands as a good person. I was seeing him as just, he wasn't reversed, but everything around him was reversed. It was like losing the patience, that he's very jealous. So it was some very negative energies around him. But not this Shaman King of Wands. That's what I'm saying. There's two different energies. And the Shaman King of Wands could even be part of the King of Pentacles. Okay? So it could be two or could even be three people involved here. But this person ringing the bell for your attention, expecting you to jump at his beck and call, in work boots, so this is the negative one, is in work boots, all ablaze, gold and red curtains ablaze, as he watches nearby from a hut or the bushes or high grasses. And I'm hoping this isn't true, but someone may actually be setting a fire and then watching it from nearby. So I'm telling you, I was getting negative energy, like a hothead who's jealous and who's watching. I'm seeing like grasses hanging down, like a hut would have like grass hanging from the roof, but it could have just been high grasses that's overgrown that someone's hiding behind. But I was seeing fire, and I was seeing someone who's very jealous, like on the rampage. So let me know if that applies to anyone. Be careful of the King of Wands pretending he's now a shaman. So this could also be the same person who's pretending to be one thing but is actually not, and wanting to come to your aid, possibly after a fire, or then someone might actually set a fire to set you up so that he can rescue you. Oh my God, that's disgusting. But anyway, no judgment here. All right. That's a scenario that's coming up. Obviously, that's maybe for one person. Someone may, this is reminding me of, that came up today too. Two hearts, first love, two hearts that beat as one. Our love has just begun. In that movie, the boyfriend burns down the family house. It's like her twin flame. But I'm getting this where the guy's really jealous and does it on purpose so that she'll have to run from the house and he can rescue her, okay? But he's lighting the fire. This is what I'm getting. Or it could be one King of Wands actually doing that and then another King of Wands, there for her. So let me know if anything like that comes up. Or, like I said, there may be two King of Wands, one divine masculine and one with a bad temper or just very impatient, who may have lost money being scammed. Have faith in your angels, synchronicities, and abilities for self-love and happy ending. Recently, for the feminine, a great big mess continues. And I have to tell you, there's like a ton of clarifiers on this read. Like all the main read cards are like covered in clarifiers. I never get this many cards out. Like there's a ton of cards out today for the feminine. So there's like too much energy around. Recently for the feminine, there's a great big mess continues, and you may not be even aware of it. It might be happening on the masculine side and you don't know, or on your karmic masculine side. So, but there's a Sag angel family coming up here, which would be the divine masculine's family. The King of Swords reversed is not in his truth, going back and sitting in negative emotions. Maybe at work, working out details and codes. I was getting a lot for the masculine right now, trying to crack codes, figure out how to do that. He's trying to crack them, looking at the world to choose a path to expand, which may take a few stitches. Or a handmade crossbow and arrow. Okay, so someone might assume he has to get into a fight to get this done. Or maybe someone who has a handmade crossbow and arrow may feel like they need to use it if this goes through, because there'll be some kind of retribution that comes back. As the Queen of Swords speaks her truth, he rises up to the judge. He rises up as the judge, his prisoner. He rises up to judge his prisoner. The foundation is the Knight of Wands. Left eye is open and on you. Family cycle ended. Friends with disconnected partner. Okay, so some may have disconnected from their karmic, but they're staying friends. Or this is not friends, that friend is actually the Divine Feminine. The Queen of Cups covers the Divine Masculine's right eye so that his left eye can see his psychic abilities and reconnect. So that might actually be your feminine, helping you out to learn your abilities. Sometimes he feels like a little kid, a little shy kid, amidst the Queen of Cups' unhappy family and the High Priestess Viking disconnect from him. Can't we all be friends? I'm seeing the masculine in his inner child. Can't we just all be friends? Centrally is the twin flames, all right? Two flames. It was 2 of Wands, but in the Sirian Starseed deck, it's 2 flames. Twin flames say goodbye to the devil at work, holding on to money, but hearing the call to emote with the Divine Feminine bearing her soul. Messenger of truth to prisoner of the justice system and gossiping ladies. The challenge for the feminine is karma. It's judgment. The King of Wands reversed, exhausted in coming full circle, in judgment, whether it's just a court case or a divorce, bending over backward to stay in high vibration, always patient angel, as the 5D world is sexually playful now, a new love prize transforms and awaits for her or him. Now passing on downloads as to not get backed up, slow going with savings, could use some more ups or cups. When a new life offer or offer of money comes in, holding back the truth, or there may be some true nastiness coming in from an impatient Sagittarius, which could be that impatient, jealous King of Wands energy, who's lying or just went through a split and is taking a risk. Clear at night or by the full moon, with secret behind karmic life. He doesn't know well, but she has that left hip heart marking. He left lifetimes ago. Okay, so there might be some kind of marking on the feminine that matches the masculine that he'll recognize because he left it there on her body. Like, because, you know, karmic wounds come through. Sometimes your birthmarks, or, you know, when you were shot or something like that, you'll come into the next incarnation with a birthmark. So I'm getting a heart birthmark that may match the masculine, but it doesn't have to be a heart. It could be something else. When a guard at the castle, this lifetime when he left the heart with the feminine is when he was a guard at a castle. Now the Knight of Cups is playing Cupid to the Divine Feminine with an invitation to be partnered. After karmic finally lets go of him and his energy, she harvests the King of Swords alone while she is out drinking. Soon, the Divine Masculine, his heart, in the Divine Masculine heart, which is coming up in that soon position, the 4 of crystals, but it's very much the Batcave. The chaos goes on. The Empress is looking from all perspectives, announcing to the Divine Masculine and kids to hold on. Romance and sunshine for romantic flame tie, trying to find the words in order for him to reply. The Divine Feminine is the Page of Cups with heart open wide, magician without harsh words. In his reply. So for the feminine, express your love, free yourself from any prison that you're putting yourself in or somebody else is putting you in. Attraction, so the magnetic attraction's coming up again, and then flirt. Okay, express your love. Around her, or the Divine Feminine, or how you might be seen, is the wounded warrior, divorced or spiritual, and now paying out, or recently was scammed, in an aftermath of now having risen above. Clear blocks of home and union with twins over isolating and becoming sad again. So having any worry about, you know, what if we're home alone too much? and we go back into that sadness again. Well, you won't, because you know how to keep yourself present every day, and that's why you have a spiritual practice as well. But it's about, these are the blocks to clear. All right, clear blocks of home, of union, of any of stability issues, of twins possibly over-isolating, and then becoming sad again. And also this has to do with not the twins, but kids too. Worried about the kids in a divorce situation, especially, you know, about them getting sad. But don't forget, the kids have their own journey. You were a kid too. You went through it. You didn't have a great childhood, and look who you became. So stop worrying about their lives being so perfect. Sometimes the imperfection makes them more perfect. Okay? Self-discipline and adventure comes up for the feminine. Make sure you have a spiritual discipline, and then just let go and allow the adventure to happen. The emperor lets his bride have the limelight, or is jealous of sexual attention, or the karmic is out of control jealous. He'll talk to her in a heated exchange about the conflict she makes later. The passion is, there's passion and jealousy behind closed doors, has done irreparable damage and cannot be cured. All right, this is coming from the karmic relationship. He's been a prisoner of a crazy Leo, or doesn't have to be a Leo, but the karmic's weakness, or drinking. The worst is over. To balance it out, chaos of foolishness, lack of faith, and trying to push it out. Working on expressing feelings of uninspired and sexual frustration, and now figuring out how to be fully satisfied on his own, but still at the top. Okay, so the King of Wands, there's definitely a lot of chaos around both the masculine and feminine lives in coming together. And it's not that there's always a Leo, but there's definitely been a Leo prominent in the energies, okay, of coming together. And that might have a lot to do with that the North Node just fell out of Leo. So it's kind of like taking Leo off their high horse, because they've been in the North Node. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I have Leo in my chart as well. So don't take it personally if that comes up. It's just that energy, okay, of Leo and strength. And not maybe you're, it's an issue with strength, because strength is an illusion. That's ego, right? Pride. Leo is all about pride. So anything that is associated with that card is something we're letting go of, because it has to do with pride. So that might be why Leo's coming up a lot as well. So there's chaos of all this foolishness, lack of faith, and trying to push it out. In other words, instead of having faith, you're beating your head against a brick wall, because you think you have control when you don't. You think if you just push it out a little longer, then you can make it work. But you're just fooling yourself, because you don't have control. The universe does. All right, so stop trying to... Source does not want life to be hard. Source wants you to have it easy, to go with the flow, wait for inspiration. Doesn't want you to work hard. Wants you to have fun, live your passion. Working on expressing feelings of uninspired and sexual frustration, okay? So the masculines are definitely coming up this week as working on themselves, okay? Working on their lack of inspiration or sexual frustrations, now very satisfied, finding how they can be satisfied on their own at the top. The King of Wands quickly moving into Page of Cups, which was the feminine in this read, with an open heart as the wounded warrior. Happy family of the twin flames, without karma, because they're become karma free. The divine masculine's Batcave, or his heart, is now in union, taking risks to expand and receive and give downloads in a balanced way. Okay, so as you get into your this is something that needs to come up too, just about mission and union for a minute. And it's not a judgment on anyone, but something that I've learned through my own experience in this journey, that the balance once you get on a mission, because, you know, like when I'm doing these reads for you guys, I do it every day because I'm called to do it every day and I enjoy it. I mean, this is coming from my heart's desire, not because I feel forced to. It's not for money. It's not for competition. It's because I love doing this for you guys. And when you get to that position of loving doing what you're doing, you have to force yourself to stop, to stay balanced, to keep the other areas of your life balanced. So that's what they're talking about in the balance. Always keep the balance. because, like I said, Spirit doesn't want you working hard. They want you living your passion, but then also making sure you take a break for your health, for the other aspects of your life, your love life, okay? So if you're doing mission full force and never stopping, how are you going to make room for your union, okay? But as we get these messages, it's like if I don't pass on my messages every day, it's like a backup of downloads, and then I will purge because I'm expected to pass on these downloads. So if I don't do it, it's going to like kind of back me up and kind of throw me off. So for me, there's a balance between making sure I get my messages out and making sure I stay healthy and take care of all my 3D things, you know, like bills and all the normal things we have to take care of. Okay, so I'm going to pull you guys some oracle cards. I'm going to show you the read before I forget. This is for the feminine. You'll see all the tons of cards that were on the read. Okay, I think I got all the cards there. All right, let's see what we got for you today. Ascension deck. Clear and align. Take a deep breath, you guys. Clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. All right. What day is it? All right. Sorry, it's getting late for me. I feel like I put out. When I do these reads, you know, I spend an hour doing these reads for you online sometimes. Before the hour that I do this for you, I literally spend anywhere from an hour to sometimes 3 or 4 hours on one read because of the downloads that are coming to me. So it can be very depleting for me, you know, if I've been doing this all day, and then have clients as well. So, all right. I'm getting Saint Germain wants to come in now. So January 13th, 2019 from Saint Germain. And transmuting that violet flame with that violet flame, right? What do we need to know? So for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, Saint Germain, what is your advice to us? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Okay. Got 3 cards. Archangel Metatron's retreats at the bottom, number 28, which is that 2 of Wands or twin flames. Okay. That's just the underlying energy. The affirmation for that is, I'm visiting Metatron's retreat in my sleep tonight. And again, Metatron I always see as overseeing the masculines. And Egypt comes up, so he suggests you commit to a spiritual practice, which I already talked about. It was very important. I was talking about that with my client today as well. How important it is for you. That's the self-discipline that we need, is for the spiritual practice. Because the other stuff comes naturally. You're inspired. You should only be doing what you're inspired to do. Nothing else. You know, you might have a little 3D work, paperwork and that kind of stuff you have to take care of. But other than that, you shouldn't be doing anything unless you are inspired to do it. Even cleaning the house. If there's a day that you're not inspired to do it, don't do it. There will always come a day when you're inspired to do it. And if you really hate cleaning the house, you hire someone to clean your house for you. Okay? And you may not be able to do that right this second, but you will be if you put that out and to stay present. So have your spiritual practice every day. You know, that's about clearing and doing some meditating. If you don't like meditating as much, you know, make sure you spend a lot of time out in nature. Salt baths, add salt to things, organic Himalayan pink salt. It's very clearing. But saying to visit Metatron's retreat in your sleep tonight to accelerate your spiritual growth. And that reminds me of Spiritual Acceleration, which is Bonnie's website. Check out Spiritual Acceleration. Bonnie is amazing. She's been a spiritual healer for, I don't know, 40 years or something like that. Long time. You have to read her history too. It's pretty cool. But she does amazing group clearings, which she'll actually clear for you. She does free ones as well as paid ones, semi-individual, and then, of course, one-on-one sessions as well. So check it out. The cards that came out for you guys. Orion is number 18, the moon. The second one is, again, Metatron, Archangel Metatron's cloak, with 51, which is the King of Swords. Okay, so it's very much always about the masculine. You know, it comes out in all different energies. The King of Swords is the logical man. Okay, so when he's not being in his emotions and he's detached, he's always the King of Swords, the logical man in his truth, but not really living his truth, right? So the Moon is the third card that came out, which is number 11, and that's justice. All right, so we have the Moon, we have the King of Swords, and the justice system. So to me, that's like a lawyer in court. You got a lawyer and the judge and the Moon. Emotional stuff. So that's the energies coming out for you guys. Orion says, the great masters of Orion invite you to visit Orion in meditation or sleep to receive a download of cosmic wisdom. This is an honor, so prepare yourself with intention during the day by showering, lighting a candle, playing sacred music, or walking in nature, and then you will receive much spiritual light. Orion is the soul star chakra of the universe. You may find it helpful to ask Archangel Mariel to light up your personal soul star chakra, which is above your head, to facilitate your connection. And the affirmation is, I honor the masters of Orion and visit them in my sleep. Okay. So again, we've gotten Metatron a couple times, and then we have Archangel Mariel as well. So whoever you feel guided, there's no mistakes, okay? Whoever you feel guided to connect with, that's who you choose. Doesn't have to be either. If there's someone else, if you want to connect with Saint Germain, connect with Saint Germain. All right, so 51, Archangel Metatron's cloak says, it's an honor to receive this card, for the cloak allows Metatron's energy to be held in your aura. It ensures that your 12 chakras are open and protects you from lower energies. This means that you can link to the 7th dimensional of Hollow Earth and access the wisdom from the 4 ascension planets. Walk tall and stand in your power. Wearing this cloak will help you guide others on their ascension path. You are called on to do this. Empower people to see who they are and what they can do. Okay, and that's my job, is to help you guys figure out what your talents are and how you're going to present them in this world. And not only because I'm a twin and what I've been through already and my psychic abilities, but because I've already lived most of my life, okay? I've already raised 2 children and done a lot of things that a lot of you haven't experienced yet because of your age. So I'm a wealth of knowledge in that situation, so, you know, feel free to reach out. You know, I always answer your comments below. I've also had, you know, back injuries and concussion injuries, and I worked, you know, at University of Penn for 25 years, so I have a lot of knowledge in a lot of different areas, okay? I was a gymnast too, and I have a fashion certification. All right, so one more of this one. The Moon is number 11. I was just thinking the Moon should be number 18, but in this deck it's a number 11, Justice. The Moon is the causal chakra of the universe and radiates divine feminine energies. Call on it to cleanse your aura and energize you. Remember, the influence of the celestial body is always there, whether you can see it or not. When you're offered this card, you're called on to practice your feminine qualities of love, wisdom, compassion, intuition, inclusiveness, discernment, and oneness. Your guidance is to go within and seek answers from your huge font of wisdom. The Moon will bring you clarity so that you can flow with the current of ascension. And the affirmation is, I listen to my divine feminine wisdom. Okay? So we're talking about the logical man and how the women are just, you know, we're naturally more emotional, so we're more adept at dealing with emotions where the men think they are because they suppress their emotions. And this divine feminine is to teach the masculines how not to suppress them, but to walk through them and allow them to feel their own emotions. It's not unmanly to have those qualities as part of who they are. It actually makes them stronger. That's why women give childbirth. Or give birth. You know, they're built to be strong, to handle those kind of emotions. That strong connection between a new child in this world who's pure, because they're so etheric, you know. All right, so now we have the past life deck. Take another deep breath. All right, Saint Germain will call in Metatron too as well. Who was it? I'm not very familiar with Mariel, so if they want to present themselves, they can. But I'm going to call in Saint Germain and Metatron. It's January 13, 2019. For everyone watching, in the best and highest good of all those concerned, to Archangel Metatron and to Saint Germain, what is your advice to us? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What do we need to know? Okay. The bottom of the deck is High Priest or Priestess. Okay, so it's very much about your psychic abilities and the underlying energy. And the first card that came out is Egypt. Okay, like I said, very much Atlantean energies right now that we're trying to close out Lionsgate, which may very well be closing with the eclipse coming up here. And Knighthood, which has been coming up all week. And then another one that wanted to slip out, Karmic Relationship, which has also been a common theme. Okay, so Egypt and Knighthood definitely want to come out together. They have the same coloring. Karmic Relationship is a little different. Alright, so the family crest has been the armor for the masculine since Egyptian times and Atlantis. That the man is the bigger one, the woman is the smaller one. That he will always see above her because he is taller and his point of view has a greater range. And this is what the karmic relationship has been based on. Okay? It was easy because it was understood each of their placements. You are the man, this is what you do. You are the feminine, this is what you do. I am the man, you are the woman. So it's not that you can't still have that relationship if that's what you want, if that's what your connection is. But this is, the difference is this message is coming through with the power coming from the family crest, as opposed to the power of you and your connection with Spirit, God, Source, Creator, Love. Okay? The power doesn't come from the clan. The power comes from the man within. Okay? The connection with Source. Because by doing that, that is the all. The clan is not all. The clan is a family. It's still setting itself apart from the rest of the world. When you go within to Source, you are connecting with the rest of the world. It's not because you're being selfish. You are connecting with the collective consciousness. You are being one with all. So this is the difference. Alright, so then we have Journey of Love. And take another deep breath, guys. It's important to take these deep breaths even if you're not meditating, because otherwise you're not getting those deep breaths down to the little vessels at the bottom of your lungs and the top of your lungs, right? To keep your lungs healthy, if not for anything else. To really open up your channels and keep your body healthy. Alright, clear and line. Clear and line. Clear and line. Okay. Okay, January 13, 2019. This is a request to Saint Germain and to Archangel Metatron, please. For everyone watching in the best and highest good of all those concerned today, what is your advice to us? What do we need to know and learn? What do we need? What is it that we need? It's a little choppy. You need to be patient. When you're being blocked, know that stop trying. 3 cards. The bottom is 35, which is intimacy. That came up today as well in talking. Alright, that the relationship, it's really not about the sex, it's about the connection, which is the intimacy. 35 is Mary Magdalene, the wounded warrior. It's about the intimacy. That's her message to you. And there's in the picture is the man and the woman, the man standing way above the woman, but there's a child between them. The intimacy is the connection, okay? The child just makes it visible. But the connection was already there before the child. The child just makes it really apparent, the pureness of it and the innocence of it and the pure love of it. And it was just 40, 40, 40, and then 40, 44. 40 is the Page of Cups, and 44 again is that Atlas energy of mastering your spiritual practice, of being intimate. So intimacy is what keeping your heart open is all about. It's loving everyone you meet and not having fear between anyone you meet. If you're in that high vibration, it's not likely that someone's going to attack you in that vibration, because you're only attracting what you're putting out. And if someone should come into you in that energy in a high vibration, you know to stay present, not react, and communicate. Say what you need to say, certainly stick up for yourself, and then walk away if you need to. But always try to resolve the situation, and then if you can't, walk away, and then maybe you can come back later and resolve it, or maybe you need to walk away for a while, maybe sometimes forever. But each of you will always come back into each other's lives when it's time. You need to, just like your twin, you come together. If you trigger each other, you go to your separate corners to work out your own pain issues, and then you come back together in forgiveness. It's okay. So the cards that came out for you guys: She Loves. Okay. And that's number 61, which is the 7 of Swords energy. And I want to remind you guys too that the 7 of Swords card, yes, it's the liar, cheater, thief card, but that's not the inherent meaning. The inherent meaning is risk, taking a risk, a leap of faith. There's always risk with a leap of faith. That's what faith is. You wouldn't need it if it wasn't a risk, right? So, yes, there are negative energies associated with taking risks, but not if it's a thought out, well-calculated, low-risk thing. You know, sometimes you have to take a big risk, but if you feel it, it's not really a risk. You're just taking a leap of faith. So She Loves. You also got Acceptance, okay, which is number 55, which is the truth. It's the Ace of Swords. You know, don't forget, this is the spiritual practice, is reminding yourself every day. It's not about what's in the head, it's about what's in the heart. Feel it. Is it really much of a risk? Are you feeling it with all your heart? So how can that be a risk? Your heart doesn't lie. The third card that came out was the Cloak. It was just 4323. The Cloak is number 50, which is the 10 of Cups. So we have the risk for the Ace of Swords, the whole truth, and 50, the 10 of Cups, which is complete emotional fulfillment in the family. Okay? A leap of faith, always the truth, and then you therefore have complete emotional fulfillment and happiness. Okay? So there's the message just right there, but I'm going to read them for you. She Loves. I'm going to do that one last because it's the highest. We're going to start with number 50. $44.14. Alright, so again we have the Atlas 4 of Cups energy, which is grounding and integrating. Also can be boredom and not accepting mediocrity for yourself, which means loving yourself first, but also being open to everyone and not judging them. Okay? Because that's love. The Cloak says, around you there's a cloak of your own creation. Perhaps it has served you for a time, an invisible form of protection, as a way to claim needed solitude, as a way to retreat inside to find out what you truly feel, what you truly need, to find yourself after being lost in an ocean of thought and emotion, not always your own. Yet the time is fast approaching when you'll no longer require that cloak. You have attained an integration within, a knowledge of self that makes it impossible for you to connect with the world, with others, in a way that does not leave you lost and struggling to find yourself. You have learned how to hold yourself. You have learned how to do this well enough that you can successfully hold yourself and hold another too. You don't have to push the world away. You can invite it in and play, all right? All the anxiety is gone now. All that you went through at the beginning of your journey was to open you up to let go of the fear and know that there is no fear in connecting with anyone. Because if anyone triggers you, you can always just walk away. It doesn't matter who likes you or who doesn't, as long as you're always being true to you. The message that this oracle brings to you is that you can safely release the forms of security that you once held. You don't have to abandon your boundaries with others. Rather, your boundaries are so functional that you can enter into relationships with more openness, trusting that your boundary will naturally assert itself when necessary, giving you the connection to yourself that you need when you need it, without having to withdraw from relationship entirely. It's time to trust your own boundaries and practice letting them help you whilst actively engaging in deeper relationship. You'll have fun. Loneliness is like a ship in full sail with no wind and no place to go. Okay, so when you're inspired by yourself, it doesn't mean you're lonely. Because if you're inspired, you have wind in your sail. And so this was perfect, because this was talking about how you don't have to put up any boundaries for anyone. That you know how to present yourself now and to let go of people if they don't resonate with you. And if they come back, they come back. If they don't, they don't. It's all good. Because you love yourself first. All right? And you appreciate who you are. You're happy with being with yourself. But now you're so grounded in that you're able to really enjoy that love of self with the others around you that you love spending time with. The second card is 55. Sorry if I hesitate. I am losing a little steam. 55 is acceptance. You've offered yourself, asked to be of service to the greater good, created something that you want to contribute towards the healing of our world, and your offer has been gratefully accepted by the divine. Know this and be at peace. This oracle brings you a message. You're completely received, accepted by the divine, just as you are. There is nothing to change, just you to be. You have made an offering of a prayer, a sacrifice of an attachment, and a giving of a desire to be of service, to make a contribution to the world, and your offer is joyfully being transformed into the seeds of how this can best be. Your next step is about to begin. Shall we find some sunshine amongst the cloudy days, a gentle touch that softly warms and leads us on our way? Past stately oaks and candles glow in places we've never been, a friend to share the memories before it's home again. So it's like telling you, you know, once you master yourself and your understanding of the spirit world and your reason to be here, then you can enjoy it with your best friend until it's time to go home. And the last one is 61. 61 is she loves. Forgiveness is here for you now. Can you partake of it? Forgiveness for your own self, for the times you messed up, that you didn't love, that you forgot to trust, that you tried to take over and decided against surrender. Forgiveness is here for you now, for the times when you couldn't forgive another, even if you really tried and really wanted to. She loves. She's here for you now. Open your heart to the angel goddess of forgiveness and let her fill your heart. You are free. This oracle brings you a message from the divine. You are forgiven. You are worthy of forgiveness, and you're capable of great spiritual generosity in forgiving others. If there's a person you cannot forgive, you are really just not forgiving yourself. Perhaps for being vulnerable, for not knowing better, or for not listening to your own intuition. It's time to let that go and allow the forgiveness that the divine has for you to fill your heart. You're free now. You just need to realize it. And the poem simply says, the cherry blossom knows when to bloom each year and never questions whether its beauty is enough. There's peace in knowing you always bloom well, yet man spends a lifetime in wonder. Okay? Even though his stately oak grows so much higher than ours. So it's just important to be you. I mean, you're a man for a reason, you're a woman for a reason, but you're also an individual for a reason. So resonate with who you truly are. Don't try to be a follower and go with everyone else. Go with the universal flow and who you are and how you are aspected towards that universal flow. How it makes you inspired. I'm going to pull a couple extra cards for you. This is from the traditional Rider-Waite. Oh, I know what I want to tell you. I was getting, I'm not feeling it so much now, but the last night into this morning, I was definitely feeling high heart specifically. Not heart, but high heart. Stuff coming up to be cleared. And for those of you who've never watched Created by Indigo and also Paige Elise, they both do the same kind of meditative stuff and clearing, but it's really galactic and intense. You gotta listen to some of them. I was doing one of Paige's last night, which was really amazing. It was I actually repeated it going to sleep because the connection was so intense. So give them a try. They're on YouTube. Okay, so Metatron and Saint Germain, what do you need to tell us? I have one last card, might do another. This January 13, 2019. What do we need to know? What is the last message for everyone watching in the best and highest good of all those concerned? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What do we need to know? Take a deep breath, guys. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the Five of Wands reversed. Just want to get the other card underneath it. Okay, this is the bottom of the deck, so it's just the underlying energy. Got the Five of Wands reversed here, and then the Four of Cups reversed. So that underlying energy is very much about, that's really funny because with the wind, you know, being out at sea with no wind in your sail, that's the energy that's coming up here. Like, so you're bored, and then you daydream, and you come upon an inspiration, and then you're no longer bored. So now you're ready to start over, and then you come to the Five of Wands reversed, which is the energy after the conflict. So it's saying if you can bypass the actual conflict if you just go with the flow and only act upon inspiration. So that's really nice, because you don't usually come up automatically after the fight. You usually come up in the conflict and then it's over. But here it's saying, because you followed your own inspiration and allowed yourself to be still, because there's no reason you have to do anything. When you trust yourself first, you can bypass the pain of conflict and expansion. So the cards that came out for you guys are the Chariot and the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, so this is very aggressive energy. It's a very bold move in moving or traveling. But it's like me right now. The Knight of Wands, rushing in, like excited, and then I'm conking out because I'm losing steam. That's the energy. Someone boldly coming in and then just conking out. So someone could actually come quickly to see you, but then when they get there, they're just tired, so you just hang out, which is fine. Or it could be someone riding in for a one-night stand for sure, so watch out for the players. Also could be someone riding in boldly, but still holding back their passions. So just to hang out, okay? But after that is this. You may need to release the energies, okay? Then we have the suffering energy. Okay? It may cause a purge. So it's saying if you become too aggressive and too overcharged, you know, you have to purge that charge. You know, it's like babies at the end of the day. They have to cry. So know that's okay. Babies do that naturally because they can't express their emotions and their frustrations, and their crying is their exercise. It's how they get out all those feelings and emotions. So it's saying if there's too much aggression and forward motion, you know, you might lose steam before you even get there, number one. It says, oh, someone might come in for the kill and actually lose steam and not be able to do it, and then are embarrassed and cry about it later, which is the purge. So for anyone who does, this happens to, let go of that. That's pride, okay? Anyone who loves you could give a crap about that, okay? Because, especially if you're coming together for the first time, it's just nervous energy. It's alright. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about, for the men, about being manly. And about the women too. Everyone has this hang up about their performance. When it's not about the performance, it's about true intimacy. It's about just getting to know each other and loving each other for all of your imperfections. For just who you are, because you just love being together. Stop worrying about being perfect. We don't want perfect. We want interesting. Someone who resonates with us perfectly. And then I'm going to pull one more card for you from Romance Angels. Yeah, so guys, please, I know that's such a big deal for you guys. Because you want to be the man and the knight in shining armor who's perfect. But nobody's perfect. And when you get put under pressure and extra stress, it just makes it harder because you become more self-conscious. That's why I started doing cards, because I tend to have a nervous personality. I get nervous really easily, but because I need to channel, the cards help me release that energy so that I can be more of a pure channel. It takes the nervousness away. Alright, so for Romance Angels, one more message from Saint Germain and Archangel Metatron. Michael can come in too. Alright. We got 3, 4. Well, that's Mario. Unrequited love is at the bottom. Okay, that's the underlying energy. But of course, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going, okay? So that's the underlying energy. The first one is from Saint Germain. Playfulness. Be playful. I don't know if you're seeing that really well. Maybe the light's too strong there. Turn a little bit. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. To be like kids again. Right? When kids come together, they don't expect anything of each other. They just say, hi, what you doing? Where's your mom? You want to watch TV? Okay. You bored? Want to play a game? Want to go outside? Okay? So be playful. Stop putting so much pressure on yourselves and others. Alright, so then, this is from Metatron. Okay, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. It's telling the masculines, also a reminder that You need to call on your angels and guides if you need their assistance, so make sure you do if you need them. You don't have to need them. You are that master when you connect with your higher self, but they're certainly always around you as well as your angels are there for you. So call on them when you need them. They can't just come in. You have to ask for them. But I'm also getting the looks on these angels' faces is like your kids when they're pissed off at you. So your little angels might be pissed off at you as well. And being that it's Metatron, this is guided toward the masculines. Don't let them control you. When they're pissed off at you and they give you those dirty looks, it's because they're trying to manipulate you so they can get their own way. That's not okay. It's manipulation. Don't let them get away with that, right? That's why people call children like that spoiled. Because you weren't allowing them to be them. You're teaching them how to manipulate and not be them. That who they are isn't enough. Second card is from Archangel Michael. Finances and career for the feminines. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So whether this is for you or because your masculine's dealing with this stuff and you need to be patient. And she's harvesting. It's about the harvest. Okay, and so harvesting is coming up too. So it's not just about financial harvesting, it's about energy harvesting, which is your energy as well. So make sure you're not allowing energy vampires to take your energy, as well as, you know, we've talked about the sexual energy as well. To not allow any situations that don't serve you in. So like if you're having sex with your masculine in the 5D when they're still married to somebody else, you know, that's not serving either one of you, and you're allowing their energy to go through. Alright, so just be careful of how you spend your money and your energy. Do it always out of inspiration, including giving to others. Don't give to a charity because someone's like intimidating you into it out of fear, or just because you want to make somebody else happy or say, okay. Do it only out of what you're inspired to do, the charities that really call to your heart. And then this is from Marielle. Passion. Is it Marielle? Yes. Okay. And this says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay? Be inspired. Follow your passion. Follow your heart's desire. That's all it ever is. Not just about with your divine masculine or your divine feminine, but to always be in that state of being open completely to allow your passions to follow them, to be inspired at a moment's notice. If you're closed off and stressed and worried, anxiety, how is your passion supposed to flow through that? You're blocking yourself. You're not allowing the universe to help you out. So allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay? You know the routine. Be inspired and rise and be loved.